In the last 36 months, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has blown up. She's literally the female dating coach or relationship counselor for women, and she does so by debate. Similar to Kevin Samuels, but more or less in person. It's a complete hypocrisy. And then Corey Holcomb came out and said this.
Paul Pierce is more street fortified than any of them seen her talking to on the internet. She created an AI and lied on him, and he ain't never did nothing to her.
You see, that's Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's fingernails. Then those same nails, if we could put it side by side, is her having dinner with somebody. Now, this is Dr. Cheyenne Bryant at Ty's birthday celebration, and it does look like an intimate dinner for two. So, is this a coincidence?
It seems that this fake dating guru just won't go away. By the way, she refers to herself as a doctor, but that doctor comes from a currently unaccredited institution. But she will not go away, even though she's got more skeletons than a graveyard. And those skeletons continue on falling out the damn closet. And listen, let me also say this. I don't fault people for getting up on the internet and they're trying to fix component of dating culture. What I don't like is people coming on with like an educational superiority complex. Meanwhile, the advice that they're giving to others doesn't reflect well on their own relationship outcomes. But alas, when your entire platform is built on half-truths, delusion, and contradictions, eventually reality is going to catch up to you. And I won't spoil the details in this video, so let's just get right into it. Shout out to my brother O'Shea Duke Jackson. Without further ado,
find out about what's going on with her. She dating, single. What do that entail for a 42-year-old?
I am dating.
Good job, Paul.
Dating but single.
Enjoying my life. I have really good companions.
How many do you dating right now? So you was his work for 5 years?
Come on.
You been his work? You still his work?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh. Go in.
Take this sheep clothing off.
I am right. The wolf.
He was somebody's work for 5 years.
Yeah.
We have been each other's companion for 5 years.
No, you just said you were.
Yeah, I have spent the block for 5 years, and it's the truth. And he doesn't like it. He's absolutely correct. He feels like I haven't provided.
Oh,
he's correct?
We working together.
Oh.
In the last 36 months, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has blown up. She's literally the female dating coach or relationship counselor for women, and she does so by debate. Similar to Kevin Samuels, but more or less in person. She will go to popular men's podcasts like Nick Cannon and Cam Newton and morally hold them accountable. And she's always on the offensive all the time. And she typically does this by making the host cover a lot of territory and keeping them always on the defensive. And it has worked largely with Cam Newton and Nick Cannon. Both of these men who have many kids and have never been married, these clips go viral, even adding to the fame of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. But then there was a day in which she showed up to Paul Pierce's podcast and...
what do that entail for a 42-year-old?
I am dating.
Dating but single.
Enjoying my life. I have really good companions.
How many do you dating right now?
I'm not exclusively committed to anyone. But I have one guy that I have dated off and on for 5 years.
Got her.
We've dated for 5 years off and on.
So you was his work for 5 years? You been his work? You still his work?
Oh my God.
So Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is on the defensive, very much so. And she's doing it because she's stuttering. Paul Pierce basically asked about her relationship experience instead of talking about relationships in general. And she says that she's dating several people and she's been with a guy on and off for 5 years. And she used the term spinning the block, which basically means that this particular guy that she's been dealing with, she's been going back and forth with him. And she's also talked about, getting pregnant herself without being married, which is a complete contradiction to what she's been talking about when it comes to Cam Newton and guys like Nick Cannon. So it's a complete hypocrisy.
And that was the exact moment that a lot of her facades started to fade, specifically with women, right? Because folks like me have been questioning the credentials or things that she said, but the women that follow her ain't gonna listen to me. But when she wasn't on a platform with men interviewing her with like 10 kids each, and the man was able to ask questions, the way that she chose to answer exposed the bullshit. If you're playing a character, eventually your mask will slip. This is the danger of building an identity that is not rooted in truth, because you won't be able to keep up with all of the lies, with all of the advice or the virtual signaling that you'll give to others. Eventually, we're going to cross-reference that with your own decisions and spot the inconsistencies. These people don't operate on principles. They will operate on finessing a bag and will finesse all the way up to the top because people want to believe their bullshit. Let's go. Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
It's a complete hypocrisy. And then Corey Holcomb
Shout out
came
to Corey.
out and said this.
Paul Pierce is more street fortified than any of them seen her talking to on the internet. So he was like, hold on, wait. And he started talking to her like a motherfucker talk to a bitch, and she just hung herself.
Yeah.
Because she didn't have an answer. She created an AI and lied on him, and he ain't never did nothing to her.
On
she
his
created
platform.
an AI individual, this so-called dude that she say exists. That dude don't exist, y'all.
Corey Holcomb says that she has an AI boyfriend, like the dude is not even real. And then he follows it up.
Got a history on the internet because she erased it. You don't see her coming up in school and doing all that. Lames don't think like that. You don't see back how she used to move. She erased it. She's an extortionist. She extort weak niggas for a living while some put.
Got him! Basically, she's out here, looking on the you-know-what. And these claims indicate one thing. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is a lesbian. Of course, there is always going to be hearsay, but this isn't a new rumor.
So Dr. Cheyenne is a lesbian. I knew that anyway, judging by her entourage and people that, she had surrounding her. Oh, my bad, allegedly. But the message still remained the same. Y'all sit up there and listen to the pastor every day, go to the church knowing that the pastor still like the same, fornicating, committing adultery, even like little bitty, but that still don't stop y'all, does it?
So here is somebody saying, listen, she is a lesbian, and I can tell by the pictures that I've seen before. But the most troubling allegation came from Tasha K herself. And this is really bad. I'll tell you why. Because Corey Holcomb and Tasha K do not like each other, do not have kind words to say about each other. But on the case of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Little backstory on Dr. Bryant. Well, Dr. Bryant, who y'all been praising for her ability to check men and I guess lead modern women into setting higher standards for themselves, is a gay woman and hasn't come out and told y'all that she's gay because it will ruin her brand. Because remember, Cam came at her and was like, are you married? She was like, no. Are you have any kids? No. How are you going to check me and try to tell me what's right when you don't like men at all? So, you have no business being in this conversation. And so she had a girlfriend that is best friends with Cam Newton. And the girlfriend, because Dr. Cheyenne had went to school for psychology from University of Phoenix, needed to somehow get her brand out there, but she could not do it being a fully lesbian woman, right? And so she had to pretend to like men, to be this expert for women who are looking for men, who are looking for marriage, when she didn't desire any of that. She was basically just trying to build her brand and public image.
Tasha K will go on to say that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's girlfriend was close friends with Cam Newton, and her girlfriend is definitely a lesbian. And so she got Dr. Cheyenne Bryant on the show with Cam Newton, but Cam Newton had no idea that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant was going to be such a difficult host and, basically attacking him and his credibility. And because of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's, kind of brute force, aggressive interview style, or, putting a lot of pressure on him, he and the lady fell out because Cam Newton found out, according to Tasha K, that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant was in a gay relationship, and Cam Newton felt that because she wasn't even, married or had a long-term girlfriend or ever had kids, she was in no moral position to talk about him. And so once he found out about the real truth of her sexuality, he then ended the friendship with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's girlfriend because he felt that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant and her girlfriend were acting in bad faith. At one point,
completely believable, through her resentment of men, which is why she was okay with throwing these men that gave her a platform under the bus. And if you openly resent the very men that you are claiming that you're trying to help, then at what point do we say that your opinion holds absolutely no weight? And at what point do we acknowledge that your message is coming from an unresolved bias and not genuine insight? Imagine coaching women about men if you fundamentally don't like them to begin with, or if you prioritize same-sex relationships in your own life over heterosexual relationships.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has come out to challenge these claims.
The pink elephant in the room.
Listen, y'all, I have often been accused of being a queer, a lesbian, and having a fine woman hiding in the closet.
Okay.
But I'm also a strong Christian and I know my Bible well, okay? But as a heterosexual woman, straight woman, how can I answer that question, y'all, and be strong in my opinion without being accused of being homophobic?
So here we have Dr. Cheyenne Bryant on a LGBTQ panel saying that she's not gay. And she references the word of God, okay? I know my Bible. So on this particular Fox Soul episode, they were talking about gays in the church or something like that. So she's telling them, listen, I could not be gay. I am a Christian. The Bible is against homosexuality. So basically she's throwing the LGBTQ community underneath the bus because she could never be that because she is a Christian. But again, people on social media are really good with their inspections. And this is what happened on Media Takeout. Now, apparently, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant got her nails done. All right, nothing bad about that. And if we can look at the picture here, this is Dr. Cheyenne Bryant on a story. Oakland, we go. Oakland, we on the way, baby. Hashtag go birds. And if you can see, that's Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's fingernails, okay? Nails, whatever. Very nice nails, okay? Then those same nails, if we could put it side by side, is her having dinner with somebody, okay? And the lady that she's having dinner with is Ty Young. Now, Ty Young is a ex-WNBA player, now social media content creator who was completely out in the closet, and then this lady is completely gay. Okay, now this is Dr. Cheyenne Bryant at Ty's birthday celebration, and it does look like an intimate dinner for two. So is this a coincidence? Damn! I mean, it could be a coincidence. To be honest, it could be a coincidence. And the reason why is because, hey, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is popular. She's known. She may be good friends with Ty Young. But hey, it's no problem. It could be the case. But the next thing is something different, okay? If you can look at Ty Young, here is, the Instagram post. Her and two others. She's in a black shirt, and she has this tie chain, okay? No problem. Then let's look at Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has on the same chain, but it's flipped backwards so that you really can't see what it is. But if you flip that chain, it is, you guessed it, tie. In other words, I'm repping her chain. I'm in a relationship with her, and clearly that's what this means. So Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, indeed, in my honest opinion, is in a relationship with this lesbian woman. Now, of course, what you're going to hear are people going to say, listen, just because she's a lesbian, that doesn't change her positions. That doesn't change her arguments. And you can look at it like that. But the reality is that it does change her positions, because Dr. Cheyenne Bryant said it herself. I'm not gay. I'm a heterosexual woman. I'm looking to bring men and women together. That is what she says.
And if not, she's lying.
But ultimately, what we see is Dr. Cheyenne Bryant doing the opposite. And she's doing what a lot of content creators have done in the past, which is basically get out here and, say what they want to say to get money.
I can agree with O'Shea here. You can call it speculation. Generally, where there's smoke, a fire is burning somewhere, and that patterns do not lie. Crazy how often these influencers reach a height of visibility, exclaiming that you have a roster and you're stringing some dude along in a 5-year relationship while also having rumors of lesbian activity while wearing another woman's chain. This level of fake is on the same level of a Sadia Khan and her side chick resume over there, all right? Yet another example of someone preaching virtue, meanwhile, behind scenes, they have a completely different script.
It's no different than Fresh and Fit, no different than Donovan Sharp. You get an audience, you monetize the audience, you go to all these bigger podcasts, you get booked, you get a lot of money, and you basically are, a beautiful woman, and you're making up stories about the fact you have a boyfriend and you don't.
I don't think
you really
she
have a
is,
girlfriend,
I'll be
and you're just doing anything to get to the
She's
bag.
my age.
Even Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's educational credentials are even suspect themselves. So it does make a difference, because what is her real motive? If Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is gay, she should just say that she's gay and then accept it. But you've already said that you're not gay,
So she
that
got
you're
to stand on it.
heterosexual. But the way that you're moving, it looks like you are basically gay. Now you're doing these kind of little encrypted posts or cryptic kind of posts here, basically claiming your lover as to who you really are, and you guys think that you're slick. Now, what's happened is I was able to check out this young lady's story, and she seems to be quite bothered, okay? And I'm talking about Ty Young. Ty Young recently posted on her story, I can't stand the fact that people will get on public platforms and tell bold-faced lies.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
That's right. I can't believe Dr. Cheyenne Bryant will come on here and tell bold-faced lies like that she is not allegedly in gay relationships. And like I said, it could or could not be true, but in my honest opinion, for the fact that you have all of these similarities going on and you guys thought you were going to get away with it, it's just quite sad. And again, this is something that happens with a lot of content creators saying anything to get the bag, to maintain the bag, to get money. But again, you end up getting exposed. This happens with a lot of dating coaches, relationship coaches.
It does.
Again, people can say anything for some money, guys. I mean, it's kind of just what happens.
Yeah.
And then, once they do it, then guess what? Their career kind of falls off. Same thing happened with Derek Jackson.
Yeah.
He was saying one thing.
Yeah, but his
and then living a life that was contrary to what he was talking about. And he's never been the same since.
He hasn't, but our good old boy D-Jax over here is that, yeah, he wasn't at the same level that he was prior to, all the information of him cheating coming out. But the thing is that, if you go look up on, some other social medias besides YouTube, his numbers are still popping. And you guys may not know this, but when you have a product that you're selling, right, whether it be digital products, courses, consults, right, books, merch, right, for the lion's share of the dating side, that's how they are making their money. They may have relatively low to normal numbers, but they're making like doubling, if not tripling up their money with the things behind scenes. So from a monetary perspective, he's still doing well. And he knows that at the end of the day, no matter what you're going through as a content creator, if you want to make it work, you just produce content. You just keep going. You don't stop. You don't shut up. You just, if anything, just ignore all of the backlash. Just keep uploading, because there'll always be a business or people out there that would want to gravitate to your bullshit. Which brings it to like an odd conclusion at this, right? Because, I don't get into back and forths or beefs with any of these people. I just like to commentate on things as it is that I see it. nevertheless, there's absolutely folks out there that don't live the type of life that they are preaching. And to be honest, like, even with me, right, like I've been doing this for like 6-7 years, and I've kept true to what it is that I say that I am about. I have not lied about my background. I said that I went to these different institutions. I said that I did these things at work. I went over my direct dating, right? Like, I've had women up on my platform sitting right up next to me, right? And things have not come out against me. Why? Because who it is that I tell you is the damn truth. And it's just rare nowadays that these people that get up on these platforms, they can create or brand themselves in a particular image that may not be true whatsoever. But hey, if you put lipstick on a pig, apparently people don't see it as a pig no more. But that's why you must be rooted in yourself. You must be rooted in your foundation so you can identify who the pigs are. That's why I always tell you guys, in order to try to learn and understand the world around you, you must study yourself first. You must build your values. You can utilize those around you, your friends, your family, to build yourself up, but you must develop discernment out here to understand who is truly offering you good advice, good guidance, good mentorship, versus those that are merely leveraging your attention or your confusion for clout, cash, or validation. It's a tricky world out there. Stay vigilant. All right, guys. That's all I got for you here today. I appreciate you guys for continuously rocking with me. All right, coming back to the channel, showing love, support. Guys, subscribe to the channel, throw a like, leave me a comment so I can see what you guys think about the content as I present it to you here today. Last but not least, shout out to the sponsor, all right? Shout out to Aura, all right? Aura has been graciously supporting the channel, and, I appreciate you guys for continuing on supporting me. Listen, from a privacy perspective, I entrust Aura to keep my private information off of these public websites, especially in the land of information today. Guys, you do not want your information out there. Utilize my link down below for a 14-day free trial to at least see if your information is exposed, all right? So go down there, utilize that link, and shout out to Aura again. But yeah, guys, drop me something down below. Let's continue on having these conversations. What is it that you think about the entirety of this? Do you believe the allegations? Do you not? Fill them comments up, and I will see you guys soon. Another fake dating guru. Until next time, peace.
So, without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.